There's a throne behind the cross. To most, the cross looked like defeat. A man, bloodied and stripped, nailed to wood like a criminal, mocked by soldiers, abandoned by friends, forsaken by the crowd he once fed. It looked like weakness, it looked like shame, it looked like the end. But what they didn't see, what hell hoped you'd never see, was that behind the cross there was a throne older than time, higher than the heavens, a throne that ruled before Rome was born, before the earth was formed. The cross was not a failure, it was the doorway. The throne was never empty. The king never surrendered. He ruled, even in agony. Skeptics scoff, what kind of God dies? But the real question is, what kind of God chooses to die and still reigns while doing it? Pastors preach comfort but avoid the cost. Imams proclaim Allah as sovereign but unknowable. Priests build altars but forget who tore the veil. Only one name holds both the cross and the crown, Jesus. Isaiah 6 saw him high and lifted up. The train of his robe filled the temple. Angels cried, "Holy, holy, holy." That was before Bethlehem, before Calvary, before the nails. So when they lifted him up on that cross, they didn't realize they were lifting the king into position, not for defeat but for victory, not for shame but for glory. It wasn't a Roman execution, it was a divine enthronement. That wood wasn't a curse, it was a key. That blood wasn't loss, it was law fulfilled. He didn't lose his power, he proved it. He didn't fall from his throne, he revealed it. Because real power doesn't avoid pain, it walks through it and still reigns. While they mocked him, he forgave. While they pierced him, he prayed. While they cursed him, he crowned others with mercy. Show me another king like that. No Caesar, no caliph, no pope, no prophet, only Jesus. Revelation 5 doesn't show a lamb bleeding. It shows a lamb standing, wounded but victorious, before a throne surrounded by elders and angels. They didn't cry, "Worthy is the sufferer." They cried, "Worthy is the Lamb that was slain." Why? Because his cross was the path to his throne. You can't separate the two. You want resurrection? Face the cross. You want heaven? You must pass through Calvary. You want the crown? You must kneel before the crucified King, because the throne behind the cross is not open to your works, not your rituals, not your religion, only to your surrender. He doesn't need your church attendance. He doesn't need your memorized prayers. He needs your heart laid bare before the one who already bled for you. And if you reject the cross, you will never see the throne. If you despise his sacrifice, you will never know his rule. Hell hopes you'll focus on the blood and miss the glory. But heaven screams, "Look again." The thorns crowned a king. The robe soaked in blood is royal. The scars are not signs of weakness. They are the marks of dominion. There's a throne behind the cross. It always was. It still is. And the one who sat on it before the world began is the same one who died for you and now lives to reign forever. You don't worship a fallen martyr. You follow a risen king. So bow now before the one who wore the cross and never left the throne.